Thanks again for the host, Raku. And thanks for the host, Kren. And hi, Carl. And thanks for the host, Carl. Alright. Let us get started with Ailette dancing on a table. Alright. But anyway, we're where the quest continues. Do you? Yes, dance emotes indeed. Knew you lot would turn up again sooner or later. Didn't expect you to be bringing along another unfamiliar face, though. Also, hi, Ivory. No matter, I like the cut of his jib. So, what are you after this time? A certain satchel containing a certain white powder which once belonged to a certain merchant. The Wolfburger told me you have it. If he did, then he'd have told you the magic words, too. Sorry, hold on a second. Okay. Yes, of course, they are. Soar high above and never go low. What? Kami, take me. No, this is not the time for fun and games, Inspector. Oh, boy. I think this was it. As above, so below, but... Aye, that's it. Nothing personal, but we have got to be careful. Yeah, I ended up having to reschedule for this week, so. But yeah, these streams will continue on, should be continuing on Thursdays going forward there. Damned if I know what it is, but my gut tells me it's nothing no honest man would keep in a locked safe. That said, a suspicious powder is far from incontrovertible proof of criminal misdeeds. We need to first determine what it is. Any ideas how we might do so? Seek the assistance of a Hannish alchemist or someone versed in their alchemical traditions? Perhaps someone at the Thavnarian consulate? Brilliant minds think alike, for I too reached that conclusion but a moment ago. To the Thavnarian consulate, my friends. Here, you can't simply go and bang on the gates of a foreign consulate and expect to... Oh, never mind. Okay. Actually, where we're at right now would be a little bit more convenient just to go ahead and warp up. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we got a aetheryte right next to it. All right. Hello, Molnith. It is all rather sudden, I realize, but to reiterate, it is of the utmost importance that we speak with your superiors. To reiterate, have you lodged an appointment or not? Not as such, no. Then my hands, they are tied. There are procedures, samurai, and much paperwork. No exceptions can be made. Under normal circumstances, I would agree, but this is a matter of public safety and welfare. Surely an exception can be made. What ho, young Manderville man? Father! What brings you to the far side of the world? A complex series of events too exhausting to detail. Of greater importance is what brings us to the consulate. You see, we must needs enlist the assistance of a Hannish alchemist, or one with an encyclopedic knowledge of Hannish reagents. How fortunate, then, that we should chance to meet. I am a representative of the Sajada concern of Razat Hand, and should you not know the name, we trade all manner of alchemical goods. If your quandary requires the expertise of one versed in such wares, pray permit me to assist you. Indeed, to aid the son of Lord Godbert Manderville and his comrades would be an honor most great. That is most generous of you. Far be it for us to refuse. Perhaps a change of venue is in order? I say, let us not impose on these hard-working keepers of the peace any longer. Yes, and Godbert, always make sure that you know about his wonderful thighs. Yes. This powder, it is most fascinating. An ingredient of Hannish origin, this is true, but not one intended for medicinal purposes. Dangerous purposes, rather, and for this reason its sale is forbidden. In the hands of a master alchemist, it could be used to create dew prism. I'm sorry, dew prism? A most powerful drug. A mere thimbleful is enough to befuddle the senses and render even the most strong-willed subject susceptible to any and all commands. You may be assured this is not an exaggeration. Resistance is, most regrettably, quite futile. Undetectable it is, save for the occasional glimmer in the eyes, the changing of the color, fleeting and impossible. By the kami! I have seen such a glimmer before. Oh? Are you quite sure it was not a trick of the light? Oh, let's see. I saw it too. Master Kumode is being manipulated. Well deduced, my faithful assistant, undying fan. I was just about to voice the same conclusion. Well, if what you say is true, then a most terrible crime has been committed. Evidence must be gathered, and those responsible must be punished. It all makes sense now. Why else would the chief coin counter of the Seiko Sugumi press so strongly to end an investigation into a modest merchant? Because he drugged him during their meeting. At last, we have motive, means, and opportunity. Come, let us put an end to this once and for all. How wonderful it is to see Hildy's infectious enthusiasm inspire others to rise to the occasion once more. Well then, do not let me detain you. Alright. Let's see here. I just want to test something quick. See if that actually works. Alright. I think that works. Okay. Where are they at? Rakuza District. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom out a bit. Okay, Rakuza District. Yes, enjoy the box. I want to put down more sound effects, I just haven't gotten around to looking for them yet. Akabono, we call on you to come forth and answer for your dastardly deeds. Doesn't seem like anyone's home, does it? Wherever could he possibly be? What does Hildy's mother do all night? Ruminates an all-consuming Angie while looking cute? Yeah. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, that sounds like her. Indeed you do, Kren. You have the eyeballs. Huh, but that's impossible. Ha! Thought you'd seen the last of me, did you? As if I'd content myself with sitting in a goal I could escape on a whim while you lot bungle your chance to bring my nemesis to justice. And by escaping on someone else's watch, no one can pin the blame on you this time, eh? Wouldn't want a repeat of before. Don't tell me this was your plan all along, to secure my freedom so we could expose Akabono's crimes together? And reclaim the Soburo Tsukihiro in the bargain, yes. This is no small undertaking, and I knew I'd need all the help I could get. Now that we're all on the same page, let's be on our way. The master's bound for the Isle of Beko, off to meet with a silent partner, I'm told. Capital! If we hurry, perhaps we can beat Akabono to the punch. We can beat Akabono, but we cannot beat his mustache. It is no doubt already there. He may be an idiot, but he's got the right idea. There's no time to waste. Very well. If that's the way the winds are blowing, let no one say I don't also blow. Really? Really? Alright, Shikari. If that's what you want to say. Alright. Meanwhile, why run when we can teleport? And then on that note, why run when we can fly? Oh, there we are. Hello, Wolfburger. This is the place. I'm sure of it. All we have to do is wait. Waiting. Waiting. Most of what we do in this game. Just kidding. Oh boy. Father? By the kami, could it be that the inspector's father is in league with Akamoto? Don't be daft. Look closer. As always, your discretion in these matters is greatly appreciated. As is yours, Master Akamoto. But to the matter at hand, the dew prism. It has served you well? Met your expectations, I trust? Ha 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 ha! Exceeded them, I should say. Never in my wildest dreams could I imagine that a drug could be so powerful, so effective. Tasteless, odorless, colorless, the cheap coin counter had no idea his drink had been compromised. He has already proven to be a most useful tool in manipulating the sake of Sugumi. More than worth the regular upkeep to keep him in my thrall. Now the Saburo Sikuhiro is back where it belongs, I can set my sight on much bigger prizes. The Bugyushu, perhaps. Magistrate Akamoto, ha! Why not? All Kugani is mine for the taking. You are more right than you know, Master Akamoto, for I come bearing a gift courtesy of Manderville and Manderville, a most illustrious Eorzean consortium of which you have doubtless heard. Their resources are considerable, and their influence extends far beyond the borders of Aldenard. But all their wealth pales in comparison to what I present to you now. As we discussed, Lord Godbert, you will serve Master Akamoto faithfully and without question, will you not? But of course. Kami forfend. He's under the influence of Dew Prism. Some Randu, huh? You didn't by the chance put on a fluffy mustache, did you, Carl? Wait, you fool! Now is not the time! Father, 'tis I, your beloved son, Hildebrand. Hearken to me, these men are villains. You are being deceived. The inspector arrives, as I knew he would. Doubtless your friends are cowering and hiding. Just as well. In one fell swoop, we shall bring an end to this farce. I call upon Eorzea's most fearsome of goldsmiths. I call upon the hammer. Go forth and lay waste to these interlopers. Ah, I see. Oh boy. Oh, oh dear. Wow, magnificent. Finish them all. Finish everyone. It falls to you, Hildebrand, Heliodor of Maximilian Manderville. Oh. Forgive me, Father, but you know not what you do. You're a Manderville? Manderville man! Abort, Father, abort! Phew, and I'm spent. What happened here? Well, this is all very embarrassing indeed. 1,000 pardons to you all for my rather excessive display of martial prowess. Oh, and it should go without saying, but Manderville and Manderville will be severing all ties with the Sajatra concern. Rejoice, my friend, for we have reclaimed the Soveros Hero once more. How fortunate that the dastardly Akabono would be so loath to set it aside that he would rather bring it with him to a secret rendezvous. A final favor, if you would indulge me. Lay it at my father's grave. It has been a very smashing success. Right then, I suppose you'll be wanting me to get back to the Gaul. Regardless of the reasons, a crime is a crime, and mine are many. And an upstanding Seika Sugumi like yourself must adhere to a code, no? Indeed I must, which is why it will be with much regret that I inform my superiors that I have seen neither hide nor hair of the notorious Wolfburger. Huh? You sure about this? Not if you ask me again. Go to your father. Shiguri has the right of it. You should be the one to bring your father's spirit the comfort and closure it deserves. You're mad, each and every one of you, even the samurai. And I love you all the more for it. Thank you. To hold fast to a righteous creed, yet recognize with too rigid adherence would result in a greater injustice. Truly, I am privileged to have witnessed this display of nuanced nobility. Would that, like the burglar, I might find a measure of peace in mourning my own dearly departed. Oh, and Kindu, if only you knew how sorry I am. What? And Kindu? But how? Then what was it I ate that fateful day? Fools? Think you this the end? I think not. Huzzah! You belong to me now, Ronin. Now, spirit me away from this place. Far, far, far away. Far, far, far away? Greg, no! Cease your egress! Beyond the rift that lies between, to wondrous worlds yet unseen. Wait, no. Mommy, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Wait for me, Inspector. Oh, there he goes, my beloved son. Not content to fly off into the skies before, this time he elects to take his leave by vanishing into the earth. Brief though our time was together, I cannot deny how much he is growing, both as an inspector extraordinaire and a Manderville man besides. I say, a father could not be more proud. Alright, Shiguri. And off goes Lord Gobbert, along with Akamono. I should thank him for that. Nothing left for us but to follow them back to Kugane, I suppose. Are you ready? Good, then let us be off. Alright, then to Kugane. Okay. Oh, that's not too far. Okay. I cannot even begin to imagine where I would be had I never crossed paths with you and your comrades. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for everything. The sake of Sugumi have concluded that even before the chief Point Connor fell under Akabono's thrall, he willingly and enthusiastically conspired with the merchant to illicit ends, and so he will be held to account. Legally distinct Rockin' suit, yes. As for the Akabono and his now defunct enterprise, the Thabnarian Consulate has agreed to intercede on behalf of his countrymen to broker a more equitable arrangement between Hanish suppliers and Hingan merchants. All agree that another monopoly would serve no one's interests. Regardless of their motivations, if their actions put more medicine in the hands of the sick and needy, then I think it's safe to call it a change for the better, don't you? The best part, if you ask me, in light of Akabono's crimes, all debts owed to him by those forced to pay his exorbitant prices are to be wiped clean. There was a time when I might not have thought as much. Good and evil, the innocent and the criminal, it all seems so simple in the abstract. But out here, in the real world, life is anything but. You and the inspector helped me to understand how naive I was. You taught me to look beyond appearance and hearsay, and not be too quick to judge a man for his misdeeds. If I am worthy of the sake of Sugumi, it is because of you and him. Hello, Asu! Things are going pretty good right now, so... Ah, speaking of which, what exactly did become of Inspector Hildebrand? Do you think we ought to do something? Conduct a search, or... Oh, so this is a regular occurrence, is it? Fair enough. If you are certain that he will turn up eventually, none the worse for wear, then I shall take your word for it and strike all worry from my mind. Should that fateful day ever come that you and he are reunited once more, I but ask that you give him my best regards. I would say the same for the Wolfburger. I wonder what he's doing now. Yeah, paying respects to his father. Let's go with that. Oh, that sounds like a load of fun. Oh, boy. Yes, what becomes of a man after death, I do not know, but I should like to believe that his father rests more easily this day. Shiguri, this is no time to dawdle. Your duties are far from finished. Yes, forgive me, right away. I must take my leave, but whenever you are passing through Kugane, I pray that you do not hesitate to call on me here at the barracks. Yeah, that sounds like school, alright. Alright, Vanderbilt Mambo. Of course, we already have it, because this is just New Game Plus, but... Alright. Hildebrand will return, question mark. A fitting question mark, since I don't believe he has yet. Alright. I was afraid that would finish early, so the plan is to go ahead and, we'll move on to the, dancer story. The dancer job quest. Let's see. Yes, DPS. Alright. There we are. A troupe of dancers have arrived in Limsa Luminska from Razat Han. Their performances both delighting the eye and stirring the soul. In the midst of appreciating their show, you catch the attention of Mistress Nashamura, Troupe Falsium's principal dancer. In exchange for your assistance with the troupe's tour of Eorzea, she offers to instruct you in the art of the Crag's Dance, the ancient war dance passed down from our ancestors. And hello, Rin! Welcome to the stream. We just finished Hildebrand, and now we're moving into the dancer quest. Maids, huh? Alright. Okay. Oh, hold on. Where do we gotta go? Right. Limsa Lominsa. Of course. Okay. Here we are. This Lominsan gentleman appears just a tad too excited about something. Good madam. Oh, good madam. You can spare a moment, yes? Of course you can. You see, I've just witnessed a performance most marvelous, and I simply must tell someone about it. What sort of performance, you ask? Why, none other than a troupe of traveling dancers hailing from Razat Han across the sea. I dare say their bold, exotically beautiful motions are like nothing our realm has ever seen. Adventurers like you are always on the lookout for stimulating new experiences, are you not? You must witness the spectacle for yourself. Just follow this road toward the convent of the Dutiful Sisters, and you'll run in smack dab into the stage they set up in the square. Super Deluxe Edition. Yeah, I should pay a little more attention to the Tales series there. I at least have seen Tales of Vesperia. That was quite good, so. Okay. I think it's down this way. Yes. Yes. Hello, Rana. Greetings, traveler. Come to see our little show, have you? On behalf of Troupe Falsium, I welcome you. My troop mates are seeing to the final preparations even as we speak. Don't wander too far. The curtain will be rising any minute now. It's been quite some time since we brought our art to these shores, so our fearless leader tells us. I've been practicing day and night ever since we arrived to bring you and your countrymen the performance of a lifetime. Okay. Wait for the show to... Okay, yes. Wait here. So close, and yet so far. For all who cannot make the voyage to our home, we bring our art to yours. Hailing from Razat Hand across the sea, I present the incomparable, transcendent Troop Falcium. Today, we have prepared a sumptuous feast for your eyes and ears. Let the soaring melody and the stirring, striking steps of our dancers reach your heart and spirit you away to a distant world. Yes, just so, Rana. Betray not your trembling heart. Dance your dance until the last, and let them fall under your spell. My apologies. I did not mean to intrude upon your experience. Pray ignore my mutterings and enjoy the girl's performance. She's trained quite hard for this day, after all. I must say, you carry yourself with a certain grace, don't you? Ah, but do excuse me, I forget myself. All right. Yes, indeed, Kitty. Rana is good, Kitty. Forgive me for not having properly introduced myself. I am Nashamira, principal dancer and leader of Troop Falcium. Rana, the girl whose performance you were admiring, is my #1 student and protege. Yes, it is the, it is... Yeah, it's the artifact armor, and I believe it also the starting armor, too, though you can't dye the starting armor red like that. But that is the, And, yeah, as for that outfit, that's more... I don't know if that is actually a set, but I do believe you can get the various pieces of that. This may seem a bit forward, but pray tell, have you ever harbored aspirations of stepping on stage? Of losing yourself in a whirlwind of music and motion, and enchanting your audience with every movement? Why, yes, I do! Forgive me, I know this is all quite sudden, and yet I could not help myself. From the first moment I laid eyes on you, I saw, how can I put it, a poise that could only be honed on the field of battle. Yes, there's no doubt in my mind, you would make a fine dancer. I see you are confused, and for good reason. Allow me to explain. There are forms of dance meant merely to grace a stage, and then there is the art of Troop Falcium. We dance the Craig stance. A dance of war so ancient and said to predate even the founding of our city. Our dancers train primarily in 2 techniques, each with applications both ornamental and martial. For one, we are proficient in tossing, throwing weapons which are most dazzling to the eyes, and even more damaging to any unfortunate foes they strike. The second is, of course, dancing itself. Perhaps you've already felt it, but it is believed there are mystical powers to our movements, which can serve to heighten senses, lift spirits, and drive weakness and worry from people's hearts. The people of Eorzea have done well to rebuild this realm in the Calamity's wake, yet there are scars that still go unhealed, and the specter of war still looms large over the land. If our art of dance might serve in some small way to ease worries and fears, and offer succor to the hearts of Eorzeans far and wide, nothing would bring our humble troop greater honor. And so did I decide to lead Troop Falcium on a tour of this realm. There is, however, a bit of a rub. We have come with only 2 dancers, Rana and myself, and I am still nursing an injury I suffered on the voyage over. My protege is a talented one, but I can hardly ask her to bear the burden of tour alone, and so I feel compelled to reach out to you. I can assure you that the arrangement would be to our mutual benefit. Should you offer us your aid, I will personally instruct you in the art of the Krieg stance, an art that will avail you not only on the stage, but on the field of battle as well. Worry not, I will not force you to rush your decision. We must begin rehearsal for our next performance. Do give some thought to my offer, and seek me out again should you be so inclined. Okay. Well, okay, I seek you out again, Nashimura. You return, friend. Have you taken the time to think over my offer? Yes, I needed all of 5 seconds for that. Thank you. Yes. Splendid! To tell the truth, I'd feared your answer would be no. But fortune smiles upon Troop Falcium today. As principal dancer and company leader, allow me to welcome you to our ranks. Wait, don't tell me. Nashimura has handpicked you to join our troop and become a dancer? Is Rana right? Or is Rana right? I knew it. I haven't been doing this for as long as Mr. Nashimura, but even I can see your poise and posture as anything but ordinary. But don't get your hopes up too high. You're going to have to work your arse off to outshine Rana Migo. Let us suffice to say I will be watching both of your careers with great interest. Oh, but where are my manners? I haven't even asked my student her name. An elegant name indeed. Very well then, Aelet, this is for you. This crystal houses the amassed knowledge and memories of generations of our forebears, butterflies of the battlefield who have fluttered their way into history and legend. Take it and treasure it. And of course, you'll also be needing a change of clothes. Here, this outfit should do. Go ahead, put it on. You'll be amazed at the freedom of movement the pliant fabric affords you. Hello, Oxide. Sure, have a good lurk. Thanks for coming to the stream. Okay. Dumbling for Gil. Nashimura eyes you with an enthusiastic expression. I have trained many a dancer in my day, but I cannot recall ever having seen the crystal take to one of our new recruits so quickly. Truly, there is prodigious talent within you just waiting to be untapped. I've never seen anything like it either. Why, at this rate, she might even be able to challenge me for a position of Troop Falcium's rising star. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Rana. Yes, with Aelet in our ranks, our ultimate goal might at long last be within reach. Before that, however, I should share with you the full details of our planned itinerary. As I may have mentioned, we have traveled to these shores for 2 purposes: to share our time-honored art with Eorzeans far and wide, and in doing so, to do our part to help heal any lingering scars left by the calamity. Limsa Lominsa here was the first stop on our tour of the realm. That leaves us with 4 destinations: Ul'dah, Gridania, Ishgard, and finally, Alamigo. And yet Ishgard is still dealing with the repercussions of the Dragon Song War, and Alamigo has but recently been liberated from the Garlean masters. I believe it would be best to put off our performances in those nations until such time as we can be sure our presence will be welcome. And so, by process of elimination, the next two destinations on our tour are all but decided. However, there is another important matter we must attend to before we set off. Finding ourselves a patron willing to sponsor our jaunt across the realm, yes? Precisely. With what little coin remains in our coffers after the long journey, we can scarce afford to put on humble productions like the one Aeolite just witnessed. We must find someone who will spare no expense in helping us bring our art to every corner of Eorzea. Fortunately, I've learned of someone who might be suited to that role. An acquaintance of mine in these lands, a songstress no less, introduced me to an influential merchant who considers it his life work to promote daring new forms of creative expression the realm over. The man in question has all but agreed to fund our tour on one condition. We must grace him with a private performance, and he must deem it to be a true artistic revolution unlike anything he's seen before. No pressure, then. An artistic revolution? That sounds like an awfully tall order. Indeed it is. After all, an Asteth of such renown has surely seen a Near Eastern dance or two in his day. So I asked myself, what could we possibly show this man that would truly awe and inspire him? Long did I struggle to come up with an answer, but no longer. Aeolite, you will take the stage with Rana and transform into a full-fledged dancer before this man's very eyes. Yes, I call it a flower blooms on the battlefield. Yes, it is all coming to me now. For the final act, Rana here will play the role of a formidable foe, unleashing a fearsome array of steps and twirls against you. You'll fend them off, retaliating with flourishes of your own in a dramatic dance battle for the ages. Aeolite and I are taking the stage together? My tail is tingling with excitement just thinking about it. And through our battle, we'll show our would-be patron that our art is more than just for show. Why, it's positively perfect! I know it's your first performance, but you needn't worry. Nashimira and I will be right there with you. Just follow our lead and let the music carry you, and I'm sure our performance will knock this bigwig merchant's socks off. Rana speaks true. I would not have invited you into our ranks if I did not believe, if I did not know you were capable of what I ask. And so, let us not delay any further. Our audience awaits us in a place called, yes, Costa del Sol. Of course it's Costa del Sol. Yes. All right. Resort town time indeed, where I can go dance for a kind of creepy Lala. Oop, not that button. Okay. That button. Okay. Excellent. My two rising stars are here. We can finally get the show on the road. But first, we should pay our respects to our patron-to-be, Master Gigaruju. Come with me. Apparently tonight is not the night for me to be reading the names in this game. Master Gigaruju, it is a pleasure and honor to be invited to your lovely estate. I'm Nashimira, leader and principal dancer of Troupe Falcium, and I stand before you today with two of my most promising proteges. I just met this one minutes ago, but she's still one of my most promising proteges. Alright, thanks for the alert, Kren. Have a good night. Yes, welcome and all. They'll take me. Is that you, Titansbane? Moonlighting as a dancer these days, are you? I must admit, I thought adventuring was more lucrative than that. Mind you, when you're as wealthy as me, the best is a given. No, I won't be content with merely a masterful performance. I want to see something daring. Something profound, something the likes of which this realm has never seen. I trust you're up to the task? Sure. We would let your eyes be the judge of that, Master Jijiruju? For today, Costa del Sol will be the venue of the inaugural performance of Troupe Falcium's newest production. I call it A Flower Blooms on the Battlefield. Okay, solo duty time. Your very first performance, and already you're taking center stage. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Your first opponent will be a training mannequin designed specifically to hone an aspiring dancer's skills. Breathe deeply, move with purpose, and it'll be a breeze. At the same time, always remember that a Creek's dance is a dance of war. I know you're among friends here, but I want you to imagine yourself on the battlefield, leaping and twirling through a legion of foes. Yeah, but what if a whole performance that's just petting and brushing the cat? Yeah, not exactly what we're going to be doing, unfortunately. Now, let's knock this Master Jijiruchu out of his 100,000 gil stockings. Are you ready? Yes, we are. And yes, we will proceed with normal, definitely. That's it, that fire in your eyes. This is a chance of our lifetimes, so let the same passion burn in your heart and hold nothing back. Let the curtain rise. All right. You still lack for experience, this I know. But take heart, for I have crafted this performance specifically to draw out your innate talent, step by precious step. Follow my lead, and you will feel yourself transforming into a full-fledged dancer before you even know it. Lose yourself in the music, let the passion in your heart take over, and you will move as you've never moved before. Yes, you are the flower on this battlefield, and today you will blossom. Hey, Noodle! Welcome to the stream. We're about to dance. Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. Yes, doing them on New Game Plus, yeah. Okay, let's begin with the basics. Hey, Vegeta! Yeah, I made affiliate. Yeah, they finally gave me the offer today. Oh, I gotta do the, okay, yep. Now it's her turn. Alright. Need to do more, so... Oh, okay. Just another standard finish then, huh? I never knew the Eastern dance was so alluring. Yeah. All right. The show will go on, yes? Okay. Hi, Rana. Sorry, Rana. The quest makes me do it. Oop. I forgot to do steps. Okay. Well, inconceivable. I've never seen anything like them. Are you sure that was your first time up on stage? I could swear I was watching a veteran up there. I couldn't take my eyes off you for a moment. Well, yeah, you were in battle with me, so... even if it wasn't a real battle. But hey, my moves were nothing to sneeze at either, right? Of course, all the flashy lights were just for show. I set them up beforehand, just to liven up our performance, you know? But enough about me. This was your day to shine. If that meant me playing the villain for a day, so be it. I'm just proud to have played my part in helping your talents bloom. God, now that was a sight to behold. A bold young woman taking on one fearsome foe after the next, and transforming into a masterful dancer before my very eyes. Yes, I do believe I've not seen anything quite like it. Your words do us great honor, Master Jidaridru. Okay. Might we also count on you to loosen your purse strings and sponsor troop falsiums on our tour across your fair realm? It is true, of course, that your troop deserves a far wider audience, and yet your performance moved me so that I just couldn't bear to part with you so soon. I must say, I found myself particularly smitten with the young kitten who played the villain's role. Rana, was it? Perhaps I could interest you in signing a contract to be one of my personal dancers? I can promise it would be a lucrative one. Why, you flatter me, Master Jidaruchu, but I fear I'm still in training. I can't very well leave Miss Nashimura's side until our tour is complete. Is that so now? No, this simply won't do. Why, I'm afraid your rejection has so devastated me, I simply don't have it in me to fund your little excursion after all. You can't be serious. You gave us your word. He won't take no for an answer. Whatever should we do, Ayelet? You are altering the deal? What? What's that supposed to mean? Just stop looking at me like that. You're scaring me. I say. I never took you dancers to be such a bloody serious lot. I only meant to express how utterly enthralled I was by your peerless performance. You have provided me with precisely the sort of bold and audacious artistic revolution that I sought. As per our deal, I'm more than happy to offer you the financial backing you so clearly deserve. We are most grateful, Master Jijiruju. Truly, your aesthetic sensibilities are matched only by your boundless generosity. By your leave, we shall begin preparing for our forthcoming performance in Ul'dah. Well, wait, I say. I mean, if I might make just one small request. I ask not that you sign an exclusive contract, only that one of you sojourn here as my honored guest and entertain me for a spell. In return, in addition to my patroness, I promise that I will deliver you a personal letter of recommendation to the Syndicate on your behalf. Well, I do believe that sounds like a mutually beneficial arrangement. In that case, Master Jijiruju, you may have the pick of any of my troop, excepting Ayelet, of course. Then the deal is done. Yes, I'd be more than content with the lovely Miss Rana here. Leave the negotiations with the Syndicate to me. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing every move in your repertoire. The pleasure is mine, Master Jijiruju, and please introduce me to your personal dancing girls as well. I'm sure there's so much they could teach me about the art of dance in Eorzea. Phew, I was worried there for a moment, but all's well that ends well. I'll go and share the good news with the others. Pray come along if you'd like. Anyway, please tell me that the gremlin gets yeeted in open water or something like that. No, I don't think we ever do. I don't think we ever do yeet, yeet get Jiruju. But I could be forgetting something. There was a lot to this game, after all. When Master Jijiruju started insisting on taking Rana from us, I thought all our efforts were for naught. But it seems we come away with everything we bargained for, and then some. And it's all thanks to you. It really was quite remarkable how he changed his tune after you gave him just a single glance. Clearly, you possess remarkable powers of persuasion. What I possess is remarkable powers of la-la kicking. At any rate, I suppose the short sojourn here could benefit us all. Rana seems eager to get to know all the dancers here, and I must attend to administrative tasks before our next performance. In the meantime, why don't you put your newfound skills to the test? I suspect you'll be quite pleased with how well they serve you. Alright. A Sori and the Sultanate. Nashmira is ready to take the show on the road. Well, if it isn't my star pupil, you couldn't have come at a better time. A messenger just arrived. It would appear that Master Jijiruju has received a response from his friends in the Sultanate. As for the details, he would deliver them to us in person. Why don't you go ahead to his villa? I will fetch Rana and be along shortly. Sending me in alone, really? Seriously? Well, yeah, I can fend him off. Alright. Well, if it isn't my second favorite dancer. Good news, my girl. Thanks to the highest recommendation of yours truly, my friends at the Syndicate would be more than happy to host one of your performances in Ul'dah. You have our deepest gratitude, Master Jijiruju. Truly, your generosity knows no bounds. Gah! Think nothing of it. Your performance gave me a thrill I'll not soon forget, and while I'd love nothing more than to keep you all to my own, I'd be remiss if I didn't share my most remarkable discovery with the rest of the realm. That goes for you in particular, my lovely Rana. You may be a bit rough around the edges, but that just adds to your untamed, dare I say, feral allure. Nothing would make me happier than to go down in history as the man who introduced your beauty to Eorzea. Why, Master Gijuruju, you're making me blush. God, I'll take me. I simply can't bear the thought that you performed on my stage for the last time. You'll grace me with one final farewell performance, won't you? Surely after all I've done for you. Our apologies, Master Gijuruju, but we must not keep our audience and Sultanate waiting. After all, this is but the second stop on our journey, a journey we must see through to the end. And besides, while your words do Rana and us all great honor, I would remind you that the girl is still an apprentice. Excess praise can lead to overconfidence, overconfidence to carelessness, and carelessness to an untimely fall. Probably not, but I don't think Gijuruju would care if it's culturally kosher or not. Do you hear me, Rana? No matter what glowing words your admirers may heap upon you, remember that your journey as a dancer has only just begun. Keep your feet planted firmly on the ground, lest you stumble on the road to achieving your full potential. But of course, and yet it's truly inspiring to have such a devoted fan, is it not? I wouldn't necessarily call it inspiring, but why, it helps me appreciate just how much I've blossomed as a dancer in such a short time. I do not mean to make light of your achievements. I ask only that you stay focused on the task at hand, continue to hone your craft, and not let yourself get swept away by unchecked emotion. And with that, we should be taking our leave, Master Gijuruju. We thank you for your patronage and hospitality. When our business in Eorzea is done, we will return to fully express our gratitude. You need not feel compelled to travel with the troop, Aeolette. I trust you have matters of your own that you would attend to along the way. We shall await you in Ul'dah. Why, yes, of course I have matters of my own to attend to. I mean, I'll be right there. Oop. Or wait, let's see. Yep, right in Ul'dah itself. Okay. Okay. Alright, right at the Adventurers Guild. Okay. We are on Sargatantus. Yes. Oh. Oh, now it's host 00312. Okay. Alright. Now that the bot is taken care of. So, this is Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert. But we're not here to see the sights. No, we must decide upon a suitable venue for our next performance. As a matter of fact, I already have an idea. I was thinking we might put on a show in Stone's Throw, a settlement outside of town said to be home to the poor and downtrodden. Are you sure of this, Mistress Yashimura? I agree the art should be enjoyed by the low-born as well as the high, but is some glorified shantytown truly the best place for us to find an audience here? I would have it no other way. Now listen to me, Aeolette, and listen carefully. Oh, it's fine. It came in at a good moment anyway, so. You will recall that I told you that our Krieg stance had the unique power to clear hearts and minds of worry and lift the spirits of all who behold it. Put another way, bringing joy and succor to the scorned and suffering is no less than our calling on life. It lives as well. Our audience included many who were down on their luck, and yet it did not seem that those troubles weighed so heavily in their heart. Mayhap this is a remnant of their pirate heritage, a flagon of ale in hand and a song on the lips, and all their cares faded away. Old Da is different. Here I feel the scars of the calamity run deeper, particularly among those who lack the coin needed to rebuild their lives to their satisfaction. Stone's Throw it will be. I can think of no place more in need of what we offer. You there! Halt! Halt, I say! You're the dancing troupe that's come at the invitation of the Syndicate, yes? On the authority of the Brass Blades, we command you to desist at once. Really? Fear not, you've done not wrong. It's just, well, Stone Throw's not safe for visitors these days, you see. A group of real rabble-rousers have been causing trouble of late. You know how it is. Protests, riots, and all sorts of unpleasant business. Of course, their anger's targeted directly at Old Da's upper crust. Like as not, they'd leave you a troop of performers. Still, the Syndicate cannot accept the risk of his honor's guests suffering an untimely injury, or worse. We appreciate your concern, but I can assure you that it is wholly unnecessary. All members of my troops are well trained in the art of self-defense. We are more than capable of taking care of ourselves. That's right. Besides, healing suffering and strife across the realm is precisely the reason we come here. Whatever sort of trouble your people face, why not let us look into the matter and see if we can't resolve it? It is a gracious offer, but no, keeping the peace is our sworn duty, and one we cannot simply impose on guests. Besides, we are trained soldiers, and you are not. For your own safety, you should take leave of this place at once. You haven't seen these dancers. These are no ordinary dancers, you say? Well, I'm not entirely certain what you are implying. I suppose we have no reason not to take you at your word. Very well then, you and your friends may carry on. Just promise you won't go looking for trouble, eh? Yeah, we'll be looking for trouble. That's what we do. We always look for trouble. Mr. Snashmira, leave this to me. I'll dance up a storm for those poor folks, calm their hearts, and put an end to any riots or uprisings. I admire your spirit, Rana, and yet I cannot shake the sense that great danger does indeed lurk here. You may go, but only if Aeolette accompanies you, and you must promise that you will not leave her side. Alright, the more the merrier, don't you agree, Aeolette? Let's make for Stone's Throw. I'll race you there. Do we look for trouble or does trouble find us? Kind of a lot of both, actually. Oh. Stone's Throw. Okay. I think it is right out this gate, actually. Yep. Stone's Throw. As you can see, quite a mighty place. Oh, there you are. Let's get started, shall we? Our first task is to figure out just who's behind these riots. Why don't we split up, ask around, and see what turns up? Don't tell me you're worried about that silly promise I made to Mistress Nashmira. Come now, Aeolette. Clearly she worries over much. You saw me on the stage. Do I look like someone who can't take care of herself? Now, let's see what the town people can tell us. Meet you back here when we're both done, alright? Oh, kitty's always running off. Riots? Aye, there have been some trouble here of late. Won't catch me dead getting myself involved. Whoever's behind it all, wish he'd just bugger off and give us some peace and quiet for once. Of course, that doesn't stop those brass blades from glaring at me askance every time they come through the neighborhood. Not that I can blame them, I suppose. Rumor has it the true culprit's an expert in throwing the authorities off his trail. Looking for some rabble-rousing rioter, ye say? I might know a thing or two. What's it to ye? None of us here in Stone Throw have much love for the rich, this much is true. Still, it wasn't until lately when someone started talking about actually giving them their due. thought they were just talking big, but lately it seems they've been putting their plot into action. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Hey, you there. You friends with that Makote girl? The one with the fancy dress? She was asking around about the riots, you know? Well, would you believe I actually saw her talking to one of the blackguards responsible for it all? Last thing I saw, he was leading her away somewhere. I'd go after her if I were you. Well, I wouldn't. Never had the nerve for that sort of thing. But I reckon you should, before the poor thing comes to harm. Alright. Let's go do that. Yeah, when they added flight back to these, some of these, or added flight to these for the first time there, they put low ceilings to some places. Oh, come on, Rana. Oh, Ayla, you really saved my skin. This man told me he'd take me to the rioters' hideout. He led me here, and then... Well, to be honest, I'm still unsure entirely what I witnessed. It was the strangest thing. As soon as he brought me here, his body began to sway and spin in the strangest way. If I didn't know better, I'd say he was dancing. Well, we can talk about that when we're back in safer environs. I should probably summon the brass blades and file an official report. Meanwhile, could you return to the city and let Mistress Nashmira know I'm alright? And tell her I'm sorry for breaking my word. Yeah, you bet you are, kitty. Alright. We'll go ahead and fly back since Ul'dah's like right here. Okay. I see. I had a feeling this would happen. Do not blame yourself, Aelet. You are not her keeper. I will deal with the girl myself when she returns. That said, I am curious. What can you tell me of this strange dance she says her would-be captors were performing? Good news, friends. Thanks to your efforts, we've apprehended the firebrand. Peace should return to Stone's Throw for now, at least until the next rabble-rouser decides to fan the flames. Still, there is one part of the story that does not sit well with me. The girl here claims she saw her captors dancing, but those we took into custody swear to the last man that they remember no such thing. They deny that they were dancing? But why ever would they feel the need to lie about something so innocuous when already convicted of a far more heinous crime? It is not precisely a lie. You see, from here the tale gets even stranger. They claim to have a vague recollection of their bodies moving, but insist they had no intention of doing so. They went on to say they couldn't even remember where or why they came up with the idea to riot in the first place. On the contrary, they seemed almost relieved, just as if some evil spirit had been banished from them. Sounds like our friends have been partaking in a particularly unstable and unsavory alchemical concoction. At any rate, the brass blades will be taking over the investigation from here. Thank you for your assistance, and please carry on with the preparations for your performance with our blessing. I'm sorry, Mr. Snashmira. I should have stayed with Ayelet like you said. Together, I'm sure we could have worked things out peacefully. In the end, I was not able to dance even a single step. Just as the Krieg's dance can enthrall and inspire, so can it serve us in battle. A true dancer must be prepared for both possibilities at all times. Ayelet was able to display her skills as a dancer in battle today, and I suspect it's for that very reason your would-be captors. But never mind that. Rana, you disappoint me. It is not a lack of dancing prowess that led to your failure today. No, it was the overconfidence that led you to stray from your partner's side. When Troop Falcium dances, we dance as one. We dance to stir hearts and lift spirits, not merely to show off our skills that our admirers might shower us with empty praise. I thought you understood this, but it is clear you still have much to learn. I am sorry, Mr. Snashmira. I promise I will not repeat my mistake. Forgive me for making you suffer the girl's foolishness, Ayelet. Though she has grown in skill, it is clear that she is still a child in more ways than one. I can only hope that she will take today's lesson to heart, lest she eventually pay the price. Is that not going a bit too far? Being a true dancer is about more than knowing how to move one's feet. I must be tougher on Rana than anyone, lest Troop Falcium fail to carry out its sworn duty. I can see you are confused by my words. Do not worry, all will become evident in due time. Yes, both you and Rana will understand all too well. And with that, I must prepare for our forthcoming performance. This time I will be asking Rana to take the stage alone. She may consider it her opportunity to reflect upon her actions today, and God's willing, learn and grow from her missteps. Meanwhile, perhaps it would be best if you two return to your training. If you and Rana truly mean to bring out the best in one another, both of you will need to work harder than ever before. Farewell for now, and let us meet up again when it's time to move on. And now, I do believe it's time I did some investigating of my own. Alright, now pretend we went off and did some other things. Now we're back. Dances with Duskwights. Snashmira is ready to move on to new environments. It's good to see you, Ayelet. You'll be pleased to hear that our expedition in the Sultanate was a rousing success. Rana gave quite the inspired performance. It would seem the girl has indeed taken her lessons to heart. That leaves Gridania as the final step on our three-nation tour. I meant to depart immediately, but I must confess that the curious developments in Ul'dah have given me pause. Upon our arrival, let us first pay a visit to the Adder's Nest and inquire as to any strange happenings about town. Do not ask me why, but I believe it is best we stay vigilant. Alright. To Gridania. And off to the Adder's Nest, which is right up here in front of us. And yet they're standing over there. Okay. Ayelet, I'm sorry to say that my fears appear to have been well-founded. Gridania, too, has seen its fair share of social unrest of late. Pray explain the situation to my colleagues, good sir. You are familiar with the Duskwight, yes? They are a clan of Elzen who eschew the shackles of urban life and instead choose to live in isolation. For the most part, both sides choose to leave the other well enough alone. Recently, however, events have taken a troubling turn. A group of Duskwights have been assembling for reasons unknown, holding secret gatherings on the outskirts of the forest. Whatever their aim, we can be quite certain it is nothing good. The Twin Adder is content to let them be, provided they do us no harm, but when they turn to thieving and threatening our way of life, we cannot simply turn a blind eye. To say that the tensions between the Dusk Whites and our citizens have been rising would be an understatement. To this point, troublemakers across the Dusk White have primarily acted alone, which makes the manner in which they are now plotting something together in plain sight all the more concerning. Some here in the nest even believe that they are sowing the seeds for a violent uprising. As fortune would have it, these Dusk White rabble-rousers have recently been sighted with particular frequency in the immediate vicinity of the venue where I'd hoped to hold our performance. Needless to say, we must address the immediate danger before we can even think of going forward with our performance. Ayelet, Rana, what say we investigate the matter? Together this time. Consider it done. I'll make up for my failure, just you watch me. Once I've soothed Dusk White's heart with my dance, rioting will be the furthest thing from their minds. Thank you, friends. That settles it then. Leave the matter of the Dusk White demagogues to my colleagues here. I suppose there would be some merit in delegating the task to you, rather than risk fanning the flames between the Dusk White and our own citizens. And yet, you are a dance troupe, are you not? Are you certain that your friends here are up to the task of suppressing an armed revolt? You can be assured they are. For what it is worth, I too will be accompanying Rana and Ayelet to ensure everything is in order. Besides, there is something I would confirm with my own eyes. And with that, we should be on our way. The Dusk White in questions are said to be congregating in the South Shroud. Let us meet first at the local tavern and formulate a plan of attack. And as we wait for the emotes... Alright. Off to the brothers. Okay. Doesn't really matter which South Shroud I pick, because they're both roughly equal distance from the Druthers. Okay. Oh, I'm totally going the wrong way. I forgot for a moment that we can fly now. Alright. According to one of the regulars here, the Duskwhite troublemakers were seen not long ago just to the northeast of here. And that's not all. A rumor says they were, and I quote, gyrating and undulating in a most curious way. Whatever it was that we witnessed in Thanalan, it seems likely that it's afflicted the people here as well. We must investigate the matter with all speed. Come now. Alright. Oh, might as well. Okay. Let's see if I can get an angle where we can see. Ayelet, Mistress Nashimura, I think I saw something. Over there, behind the bushes. Indeed we do. We see undulations and gyrations. That's it. That's the same creepy dance I saw in Ul'dah. The Dance of the Damned. Yes, it is just as I feared. I'll explain everything in good time. For the moment, just leave them to me. Hmm? Be gone, meddlers. Leave us to our dancing. What? What in the... My legs. It's as if they have a mind of their own. Mr. Nishimura, look out! I think you're a bit late there. Alright. Etheric manifestation. Oops. Oh, we even annoyed the witch right there. I keep forgetting sometimes just how long range standard finish is. Forgive me, Ayelet, and thank you. And I think I was scolding poor Rana for her overconfidence. In my heyday, I would have made short work of that thing. But alas, those days are long behind me. Don't be too hard on yourself, Mr. Nishimura. We all have our bad days. And besides, it's not as if you were just being reckless like me. But never mind that. What in the world did I just see? That creepy dance? That strange cloud of black ether? What does all of this mean, Mr. Nishimura? Come on. Come now. I know you know more than you've let on. Ugh. Yeah, we're gonna end it after this quest. I do, and I fully intend to share my knowledge with you, once I have seen what I must see with my own two eyes. In the meantime, someone should hand these men over to the Twin Adders. I suppose you're right, and we must treat your wounds as well. Ayelet, could I ask you to return to the Adder's Nest and deliver our report? I'll tend to Mistress Nishimura's scratches and see that no other troublemaking Duskwights show up. Alright. We will, of course, teleport because walking is for sissies. Okay. Okay. Right here. What's this? You apprehended the Duskwight miscreants for us? Splendid! On behalf of all Gridania, you have our gratitude. We will dispatch a unit to the South Shot at once. My apologies for the delay, Ayelet. I'm pleased to report that our dancing Duskwight friends have been handed over to the proper authorities, and Ron has patched up my wounds good as new. With sufficient rest, I should be back on the stage in no time. Not on my watch, you won't. I mean, pray do not overexert yourself, Mr. Nishimura. You need your rest. I told you I could have handed over the culprits myself. I know, Rana, and yet I wanted to be there myself when they awoke. It played out exactly as I expected. They remembered little or nothing about their dancing, their secret gatherings, or any of the conversations that led up to it all. Just being stubborn, no doubt. Worry not, friends. The Twin Adders will carry out a proper interrogation. And yet one thing concerns me. Is it true that these events bear a striking similarity to a situation you witnessed in Ul'dah? What we have witnessed is none other than the Totentaz, the dance of the damned, and it is our God's given duty as dancer to see that it is never danced again. The dance of the damned? Our mission? Whatever are you rambling about, Mistress Neshmira? I thought our mission was to lend strength and succor to the suffering, and lift the spirits of the realm. That it is, and yet the truth of exactly what this entails runs far deeper. Throughout our storied history, the dancers of Troop Falcium have saved countless lands time and again from a fate most dire. When war and calamity ravage the land and fear and anger fill men's hearts, these emotions fester, reacting with the ether around us, in the air we breathe, the ground beneath our feet, to form an etheric manifestation of malaise that spreads across like a dark cloud across the land. The weak, the downtrodden, the scorned and suffering. Sadly, it is these people who are oft the quickest to fall prey to dark despair. Left unchecked, the shadow fully consumes them. Their hearts, their minds, in the end, even control of their very limbs is taken from them. Stripped of the last semblance of sanity, they flail about in a manner most hideous. Tales tell of mothers blissfully unaware as they trampled their beloved children. Men who dance so violently they rip the limbs from their own body. This is the Totentaz, the dance of the damned. What madness is this? If you speak true, and this damnable dance you speak of arises from the fear and anger of people's hearts, why did it not manifest itself in the wake of the calamity, in Eorzea's darkest hour? Call me mad, but I think I understand. In times of greatest crisis, just surviving for another day requires all the strength we can muster. People have neither the time nor the freedom of mind to dwell on emotions like hatred or anger. Rana has the right of it. It is precisely at this time, a time when Eorzea has made great strides in its recovery, yet deeper wounds still go undressed, that people are most susceptible to that damnable dance. So that is why our art was born so many ages ago. Not just to drive out the darkness from people's hearts in a figurative sense, but to literally cast out the etheric shadows and free the afflicted from the clutches of the Totentaz. Yes, this is the truth of Troop Falcium, passed down from principle to principle for generations. What I did for the Duskwights was to use my dance to extract the darkness from their hearts and give it physical form that can then be struck down and vanished. It has been several centuries since the menace of the Totentaz last reared its ugly head. To be honest, when we first came to Eorzea, I was unsure as to what we would encounter. So as not to worry the two of you over much, I kept the truth from you. Yeah, those bots are definitely getting around lately. One of those hosses, I bet. Yeah. Yet now that I have seen it with my own eyes, our mission could not be more clear. As the inheritors of the Kriegstance, we must chase the shadow of the Totentaz from this realm. I beg forgiveness for the secrecy, my friends, and ask that you lend me your age. Ah, host. Yeah, he probably may have noticed you in the stream there, I think, maybe, and followed you from here. Alright. Yes, yeah, fine, but no more secrets. Of course you can count on us. After all, Aelit and I are dancers of Troop Falcium too. And it's like you always say, a dancer never abandons her partner. Why should you have to carry the burden of saving the whole realm all by yourself? Rana, Aelit, after all my harsh words and hidden truths, you are far too kind. I must confess that I still am struggling to understand all this, but one thing is clear. This dancing epidemic you speak of poses a grave danger to our realm. I will contact the other grand companies immediately and apprise them of the threat. Should there be any reports of similar phenomena in other nations, we would like to call upon you to deal with the matter. Forgive us the imposition, but this is clearly beyond our ability. Leave it to us. Nothing would honor us more than if the nations of Eorzea would place their trust in Troop Falcium and allow us to perform for their people. And with that, only Ishgard and Alamino remain on our itinerary. Of the two, Ishgard has had more time for his people to recover from the scars of war. Let us make it our next destination. At any rate, we will need more time to properly prepare for the confrontation ahead. In the meantime, Rana, you are to continue your performances. You require more practice still before I can bequeath to you all the secrets of the Queen's Dance. You can count on me, Mistress Nashmira. And you, Aelet, pray continue to hone your skills in battle. If we hope to prevail against the Totentas, we'll need your martial skills as much as we need your dancing. For no, it is not enough that we lure the shadows out of people's hearts. We must dispel the darkness for good, lest it simply drift on until it finds another unsuspecting host. Yes, we'll be needing your strength more than ever. And with that, I too should prepare myself. Our true last act draws ever closer at hand. Alright. And with that, it's clear I'm getting a little too, clear I've been reading too much today. There was a surprising amount of dialogue in Celeste today to get through too, so I'm going to go ahead and call this stream early. And on that note, let us go find somebody to raid. Let's see who's up. Final Fantasy 15. I think I'll send you over to someone called Pigeon Bop. Alright, yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. Alright, and thanks again. Off we go.